I'm Westminster City Mayor Kevin Utz. Welcome to Main Street Matters, a monthly video newsletter created to share what's new and happening right here in the city of Westminster. Tune in each month to get the latest information about upcoming events, community services, city government, and more. We are here to serve you.
In April of this year, Wine Me Up became the Artisan Wine Company when Jamie Roden and Steve Von Bassinius bought the establishment. It is now going to be featuring even more wines, beer, and tapas. We're here with Steve to talk a little bit about his vision for the future. So Steve, tell us a little bit about why you decided to embark on this adventure.
Well, it was one of those things where Jamie and I got together and I asked her one day, hey, you want to buy a wine bar? Tony, I had been friends with the former owner, and Tony had said that he was looking to sell his wine bar, and I said, we might be looking to buy, and here we are.
That's great. I mean, it's a terrific location. I can't help but notice a number of the renovations you've made. So tell us a little bit about what your vision is for transforming this location.
Well, we've added beer kegs to the or draft beer. We've also added a lot more wine to the menu, and we have changed up the menu a little bit.
And what kind of wine would you recommend the most?
Well, it's always my favorite is the Klein Old Vine Zin, but that's a personal preference. We have wine from California, Italy, France, Argentina, Chile. So we've kind of tried to cover the gamut of where the wines are from, and to give everybody an opportunity, both in the reds and the whites, to have what their flavor might be.
Well, you've gone global, certainly, but I also see a lot of old Westminster Winery wines here. So tell us a little bit about your local focus.
Well, the local focus is we want to dedicate this particular portion of the wall to the local vineyards and local economy. You've got the Old Westminster Wine. The Old Westminster Winery. We also are in contact with Black Ankle because we intend to carry their wine as well. We also have the Cygnus, and we have Serpent Ridge Winery. So we're trying to get more of the local feeling for the people that are here. But we also get a lot of out-of-town people that say, hey, where can we go and get a good glass of wine? We can offer what we locally do well.
Now, some people aren't wine people. I mean, so they might want a beer instead. So they walk into the Artisan Wine Company. What could they expect with something other than wine?
Well, we carry about 35 or 40 different bottles of beer, depending on the season, and we also offer about 6 to 8 different beers on draft. And those drafts always change because they're microbrews. And
so how do you go about selecting your wines or your beers? You have so many different ones. It must be overwhelming to figure out which ones you're going to pick.
It is overwhelming, actually. But what we do is we have reps that come in, and we do tastings. We constantly are tasting wine to make.
So people could actually come in and help you pick some wines.
Yeah, they could. And we also get a lot of people that give us some really good advice.
I'm sure you get a lot of advice.
Yes, we do.
Solicited and unsolicited, I'm sure. Now, tell me a little bit about, do you do any wine tastings or any flights or any special events that a customer can come in and try your new company?
We do wine tastings. We do wine flights. We also do, we're going to be doing a wine blending later this month. So
the name Wine Me Up was here and established since 2008, and you came in and changed the name. So what caused you to do that?
Well, we wanted to identify ourselves a little bit more, not just with wine, but also with the beer and the food, because those are two very important aspects of the business. We don't just do wine; we also do beer. We also have great food.
So, tell us a little bit about. Do you have happy hour? Like, what is the hours of operation that you have?
Our happy hour is from 4 to 7 each day, except every day except Saturday.
Wow.
We run specials daily for food.
So you have to come here with some friends. So
oh, absolutely.
That sounds wonderful. So can't wait to come back again to the Artisan Wine Company. Thanks so much, Steve.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Even on a drizzly Saturday morning, the farmers market in downtown Westminster is hustling and bustling with kids and dogs and patrons looking for the freshest produce in the area. Come here on Saturdays from 8 until noon through November, and on Tuesday afternoons from 2 to 5 to find the freshest fruits and vegetables and sweets, meats, even dog treats. It's a great place to come. Take your family. The first Saturday of the month, we have live entertainment and even cooking demonstrations. It's a great place to see around downtown. We're here with Tom Reinhardt from Never Done Farms to talk a little bit about organic farming and what it means to our local community. So Tom, tell us a little bit about what the difference between organic and, I guess, inorganic is.
Organic basically uses everything natural, and there's no synthetics whatsoever, no chemicals, no pesticides, herbicides, whatever. It's just a natural approach to farming.
I see there's heirloom tomatoes. We hear a lot about heirloom tomatoes. What's the difference between that and a regular tomato?
Heirloom tomatoes are tomatoes that the seed can be traced back at least 75 years. It's an older type of tomato. It's basically kept going for its taste, instead of its color, its shippability, etc. So you'll have a lot of bruises, nicks, and all kinds of things on heirlooms, but the flavor cannot be matched.
Lisa Simons owns World Peas. Tell us a little bit about your company.
World Peas, where we cook outside the box. I teach people how to cook more health supportively. I can do this by personal chef services, catering, and classes.
Lisa's been a phenomenal addition to the farmers market. Once a month she comes here with cooking classes. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to do today.
Today we're going to make a healthy fruit dip, and we've bought some produce from the farm at the end. We have all the seasonal fruits of summer. We'll cut those up and we'll dip them into a healthy fruit dip.
So we're going to actually have like a little cooking class then?
Yes.
Oh, that's very exciting. But it really is making things that are healthful actually delicious.
Yes.
Well, very good. So Lisa, we can't wait to see your demo later.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'm here with Lottie Peachy, who happens to be visiting from Manchester, England. So Lottie, tell us a little bit about why you're here.
I'm here on a lacrosse tour from England for 10 days.
So what do you think of this market?
I really like it, yeah. I just had pastry and that was really nice.
Yeah, from Jeannie Bird, that's a very good place to go. So Lottie, what has been your favorite thing about coming to America?
I do quite like the food. Okay. The food is quite nice compared to England.
Well, Lottie, welcome to America, and we're so glad you're here.
Thank you.
Scott Trexler is with Satva Place, a fabulous producer of organic protein. So tell us a little bit about the process for organic proteins.
Well, I mean, everything's on pasture and everything's fed organic feed. Of course, the beef is grass-fed, so we don't have to buy feed for them, which is nice. And I guess we just don't use anything synthetic, antibiotics, hormones, pesticides, herbicides, chemical fertilizers on the pasture. So just try to keep it all as pure and natural as we can.
So what other kind of protein do you provide here at the market?
We have grass-fed beef. We have pork that's raised on pasture. We have chicken, turkey, ducks. We'll have geese for Thanksgiving. I mean, for Christmas, and whole turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it keeps us busy.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, and good luck with your market.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you. On the eastern end of downtown, 210 East Main Street to be exact, lies an incredible gift boutique right here next to the Historical Society. From vintage to modern, from historical to funky, you'll find just an absolute array of great merchandise for gifts or for yourself. So we decided to take a little visit to the shop at Cocky's to find out about the history of the building and what this amazing shop has to offer. So Debbie, tell us a little bit about the history of the building.
The building does date as early as 1820s. It was started as a tavern named Cocky's Tavern. Joshua Cocky actually owned the building, but the building itself never leaves the bank's hands. And so numerous owners, up until the Civil War, it still was a tavern and may have actually housed or put up some Civil War soldiers that passed through town.
Well, walking in, I'm just amazed at the wide array of merchandise. Can you tell us a little bit about, I see American craft, I see jewelry and pottery. Tell us a little bit about what you have here and how you go about acquiring it.
We've got one room specifically on local books. Then I come from a tradition of handmade craft, and so I wanted American made. So we do specifically the county or the state of Maryland. And fine art for the artists. So what is that? Authors, artists, and artisans.
Wow, the alliteration is amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us about your very favorite Carroll County item that you sell here.
I just love it all, seriously, from the pottery to the handmade pillows, the jewelry that's being done, the shaker style boxes that are in earlier, so I guess I like the traditional over the modern. But what we have here in the shop represents the old as well as what's being done today.
That's a great combination, and you do really see the vintage next to the truly modern laying side by side quite nicely throughout the entire store. So what are your hours of operation?
10 to 4, Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay. That's great. Now, what about if you are a local artist and they want to potentially come and bring their items to you? Is that something that is of interest to you?
As long as they're a Carroll Countyan, yes.
Okay. So
we will give them a try.
So for a truly local, inspirational, and beautiful shopping experience, seems like the shop at Cocky's is the place to be.
I love it.
So everyone that works here is a volunteer. And do the proceeds of the merchandise sales go toward the Historical Society?
Yes, they do.
That's fantastic, because on the other side of the shop is actually a museum space. Right now there's a Civil War exhibit in there, so
yes,
people can shop and experience all the history that the county affords. That's great. Speaking of history, you have a really big event coming up soon in September.
Yes, Antiques Appraisal Day. It's held at the American Legion around the corner, and it's September
14th?
14th, yes. 10 to 4.
10 to 4. So exciting. That'd be fun to see what something is worth. So, well, there is just an amazing amount of things to do here. So I'm going to be shopping. So thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to this month's edition of Main Street Matters. Keep in touch by following us on Twitter, liking us on Facebook, and visiting our website. We'll see you around downtown.